It's freshly brewed time, and we are just about to get started. You may walk in front of the camera. Sorry, I will block it because there's people still coming in. So y'all come down. I am going to get started in a few minutes. I'll let you stand here and look at the open mic, and that's cool. I always ask people if they're in the witness protection program, let me know. I will turn the thing on, but yes, nobody is. We will. Two people come in and then this.
They heard you mention witness protection.
That's right. Did she sign up? Oh. So we have to get used to the door opening and closing. So. You good? Here. Oh, yeah.
Goes through the pocket, yeah.
Sure. Did you speak it last night?
Yeah.
Okay. Just one second. Okay. All right. Might as well get started. The thing that we do is we've got time, we just keep going around and around and around. So, that's always the best way to do things. As I said, I had a little bit of good news today. I entered the senior games for Wake County, and you always think of the senior games as something for people running and doing some sort of athletic thing, but they also have a literature arts program. And I entered the poetry division, and I won first prize. So this is one of my. So this is the poem that I entered, and I'm going to read that one today. It was really appropriate, I thought, for seniors because it talks about my granddaughter, and grandparents always talk about their grandparent kids, don't they? So this one's called "Spring Came Regardless." I'm digging in soil right now, planting plants I bought months ago. Months ago, when I had enthusiasm for spring, I bought plants with my granddaughter. On a sunny day in March, she picked out the prettiest ones not suited for my sandy soiled landscape of no sun. But we bought them, brought them home, placing them near a bright window per the gardener's instruction, waiting for the warmth, but then it got cold. Then I went on a cruise. And I said, hell, they will die anyway. And then they didn't. So I'm planting them, bless their little green hearts, well into spring, nearly summer, in my sunless, sandy patio garden. There's a bird nest in one of my pots. Spring came regardless. So I also, my friend Kurt is here, and Kurt does a sonnet reading every year, and I'm sure he has given you already pieces of paper to encourage you to come and be part of the sonnet readings, and if he hasn't, he is going to get you. So, yeah. And it's fun because we just sit at Burning Coal and in a line, and one after the other, we just get up to a microphone and either read it, recite it, do whatever you want to do. Some people sing it, some people put it to music, some people memorize it, most people just read it. So keep that in mind. It's on the, he'll probably come up and give you a little bit more information about it too. It's some point, whatever. It's on the 23rd? 20th.
20th at Burning Coal, 21st online.
So April 20th at Burning Coal, and then the 21st it's going to be online. So a lot of people that are through the Zoom are people in England and Denmark and all kinds. So if you want to do it in English, that's great. If you also want to do it in another language, I always like to say, somebody even did it in Klingon, so if you up for that kind of stuff, please. So I am going to practice my sonnet. I got the one that I like the best because I went ahead and signed up. This one's Sonnet 29. And it's a practice. So, when in disgrace with fortune and men's eyes, I, all alone, beweep my outcast state, and trouble deaf heavens with my bootless cries, and look upon myself and curse my fate. Wishing me like to one more rich in hope, featured like him, with friends possessed, desiring this man's art and that man's scope, with what I most enjoyed contented least. Yet, in these thoughts, myself almost despising, happy I think of thee, and then my state, like to the lark at break of day, arising from sullen earth, sings hymns at heaven's gate. For thy sweet love, remember, such wealth brings, that then I scorn to change my state with kings. It's the first time I've read it through out loud, so that's cool. I have one more, but I'm going to save it. I want to get to our guests that are here. And forgive me, I don't remember who's next. But, Sherry and Dominic. And they are going to do music, which is first for us, and I'm excited by that. So whatever you need, whatever you need. What do we do? Is that too loud? Okay, good. Sounds kind of.
I thought you were saying you wanted this chair.
Again, with the chat.
I do, but don't tell him. Dominic is my son, and he plays in a band called Heads Up Penny, and they've played here twice. I love him. I signed up for the senior games too.
Did you?
But for tennis.
Okay.
So can we rearrange the furniture so I can show you my tennis? Okay. I don't know when I'll be playing, but
Yeah,
let's
they're
sign
really
up for
good
that.
summer. That's just do you need the light on?
This is called To FLV. As a child, I longed for you, my safe, warm place in the world of wealth and bright lights. I walked your lanes in feigned sophistication. I was pampered and pleased, and my fuse was lit. One day I knew you would be mine. I'd have you, and I'd love you in a mature way. We'd get to know each other, fall in love, and live happily after one another. And then it happened. You were mine. I reveled in your warm embrace. Day and night your heat comforted me, never confining, forever refining the dreams of the young spirit that your presence renewed. It was thick and sweet, bold yet subtle. You'd creep up on me, and I'd collapse under your strength, rarely seeking solace. But then, one ordinary beautiful day, I lost you. I sacrificed you for another love, but I never forgot about you. I think of you and smile and sigh. I think about your sexy strength blowing my hair wild, shaking my car, overwhelming me with your extremes. I think of you often and smile and sigh. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't. But I know for sure I want to die in your embrace. Thank you.
Do you have anyone else? Something else? You want to just Right, Allie's up next, and then slower this a little bit. Testing. Oops.
This is Sarah. Sorry. I have a couple poems. I have one about time. I paint to forget the time as it passes. Is time even real anymore? Who's to say it still exists? I've been moving in and out of days that seem like minutes and months. I write to forget the time as it passes. Where does it come from? How much is left out here for me? Moving in and out of daydreams. I hike to forget the time as it passes, stumble over the rocks, breathe in the air of the trees, admire the trunks, moving up and down the mountain. It's been minutes, it's been months. I sleep outside to forget that the time exists. Seems like minutes, seems like months. That happiness it brings fresh air into my lungs, leaving the world behind for more primitive spaces. Back home again, days returning to months, turning to years. Give me a reason. Why am I still existing here? Still standing where it is that I can't forget the time as it passes. Okay.
So the thing is, you can do 3.
So this is about a interesting love story. So, sort of like a love letter to someone. My hope is that someone loves me as much as I love you, as much as you seem to. With every text, every inside joke, every song, every word that you spoke, every reassurance about every panic attack, every pep talk, knowing that you always have my back. My hope is that they rush to my side as much as you rush to text me back, as much as you text me about anything, morning, day, and night, about any new song that you write in the middle of the night, anything you find at the thrift store that you think that I might like. Any morning news article or meme from before the workday starts. Any record that you know I love that you record and send my way. Like that funny lullaby you save to say goodnight. I hope they rush to my side as fast as you rush to your phone. And as fast as you rush, especially when I can't sleep or I'm stressed at work or sad or bored or just alone. I'm happy either way that you're there, always there, and I'm only left on red for a minute or two. And I hope with everything that I have that it's somehow you. You know all of my childhood fears and every family beef and all the things that have brought me to tears and all the things that I still have left that I believe. Every failed relationship and who and why and how, and the scariest moments that brought me here to this very now. I know your funny stories and college memories, a ton of photos that you've shared with me and your adult worries, problems with the band and rewritings and new versions of songs. And I know I know each week what album you're listening to as you encourage me to listen along. My world has opened up with you. I started to write and to paint again. and I breathe a little bit fresher air than I had before this all began. And I'm here to cheer you on and remind you that even though life has its unknowns, you're stronger and wiser than you believe you are. But mostly, here to crack jokes and talk endlessly, never seeming to come to a close, as we never really are. And my heart is full watching your life unfold, because it's so clear to me that you are more than just some local rock star. And even though I push you back into a box to save myself a bit of worry or pain, you find your way to me each week with something new, and so we don't keep this door locked or long, it says if you knew. And so my hope is that someone loves me as much as I love you. My hope is that you love me as much as you seem to.
That's great. I think, yeah, that's fine. She's saying she has a little rough voice, but that just gives it more texture.
I did it for the first time a while ago, and then I just shake this cough. I'm CK. I'm going to try to do two. So I have a book that I don't have copies of with me because I had to order new ones and they come tomorrow. And I'm also doing a show next week at the Optimist in Raleigh, which is in Brookside-ish area, at 7 p.m. next Thursday. If anyone wants to come here, there's going to be like some comedians and poets. Victoria is pretty cool. Yeah. So I'm going to do one that's not from my book first. It's a somewhat new one that I shared online that seemed to resonate with some folks a couple weeks ago, and then I'll do one from my book that I haven't done in a few months that I just want to warm up before I do it at a show. So this one is about feeling of finding out you've been cheated on as a woman and kind of like what that brings up. What was her name? That is the first thing we'll all ask as we pull the blood-covered knives from our back. She didn't put it there, but she's the suspect that I want to question. I'm thinking every girl needs to learn this lesson. I didn't ask where he was or what made him call her, but I asked what she looked like. Was she thinner and taller? And who the hell did she think she was to walk into my room and take your love? The boldness, the rudeness, the fucking audacity, the coldness, the blues, and the logical fallacies. I looked into the mirror and drew her outline in lipstick and wondered how to fill in all of the spots I was missing. I was making fun of her name and we're laughing. It's kind of weird, this moment that we're having. I watch you open a beer and then you place one into my hand like we're cheersing something that you claim wasn't planned, that we're bonding over our hatred of this enemy you brought to bed, like she took off your clothes with a gun to your head, like if it never happened, we'd be living in a world of everything I ever wanted. And now you get to say you love to without ever putting your money where your mouth is. And it is so convenient for you that her and I will never get the chance to have coffee. And I can only imagine the things that she would tell me. But I'm guessing it's worse than the gaps in your story. I am guessing it's worse than the things I've been ignoring. I have read her lines. I know her part. But to know the truth would be to know who you are. And it is so much easier to blame her and hang her out to dry than it would ever be to sit in the honesty of your why. So I'll keep adding up the ways that I don't add up to her, and I'll apologize for my feelings being hurt. I'll eat less, I'll work out more, I will sell our mattress and scream when you try to make me stop, because it has got to be either hers or mine or the furniture's fault. That is the only way I can make it make sense, to not make you look so gross, to not feel ashamed that I ever let you get so close or touch me or love me or make me feel like this was okay. I am pulling this knife from my back and I am throwing it away. I know the blood is on your hands, but I can't bear to see. I will close my eyes and let you wash them clean. I'll take both of our backbones and lean them up against the frame of the bed and know that I no longer believe anything you ever said. It's a semi-new one. I'm still working on memorizing it. I like to, I think I've shared this here a little bit before, but I will play this game on my TikTok sometimes where I will give people a bunch of lines to choose from and like pick which poem to write next, and that came out of that, so that was a lot of fun. This is a very old a very old one that I'm going to perform next week, along with some ones from my book that I know a little better. This one is called Last October, and it is, Debbie's always my fan for Last October, I appreciate that. It is about dating somebody who needs to get sober and what it feels like to be in that situation. I've been thinking a lot about last October, and I kind of hope you never get sober. You were showing up drunk, but you were showing up, and that's more than I can say for any other month. And in January, I'll wonder if you're going to do it dry every fucking year you'd say you were going to try. It was always preceded by nights in December that you couldn't remember, 10 missed calls, 4 a.m., swear to me it won't happen again. And in September, I read you that letter, and I begged you to get help, the closest to helpless I'd ever really felt, but for some reason, by October, you started to remember why we even liked spending time together. And March was the first time I saw you get high. I watched you take my keys to the counter and make 2 neat lines. You grabbed my waist with your arms and you pulled me in close, and you asked if I knew what you loved about me the most. And when I told you I didn't, you shook your head and you said, I don't try to control you like your friends' girlfriends did. And you encouraged me to reach out to my cousin in May to hear him out on what he had to say, that being family was more important than any fight we had before, and to hold a grudge against him was being immature, and having him over for dinner wasn't what I had in mind, but you regained access to the pills he had always been prescribed. And it took 2 minutes for you to take one after he left. I watched it travel down your neck and work through your chest, and we forgot about dinner and played video games for hours. Where you took off my clothes and we got in the shower, and we stood in the path of the steaming hot water, and you looked in my eyes and you told me you wanted me to make you a father. And by that point, the clock on the stove was blinking 6 a.m., the night energy being broken by the sun coming in, and you were turning out pockets of the coats we had wore where you swore you put the other pills you had bought the week before, and the closer you got to the end of your high, the more we fought. So even though I know it's a fucked up thought, I kind of hope you never get sober. Because now we're in another October, and I think a lot about the girl that you'll love after me, how I truly hope she gets to experience you clean, mostly because I want to keep those good parts just for me. She'll be spared the drama and the constant fear. She'll never have to clean up next day beer. She'll get farmers markets and baby showers. She won't be up wondering where you are at all hours. She'll get dad by the grill, not worried about bills, you when you are sober. But she'll never feel a love like I did in October. Thank you. So I'll be at the Optimist at 7 next Thursday, and then I am ck.poet on TikTok and Instagram. I have a book on Amazon. I don't have any copies with me, but that's my jam. Yeah, my book's called The Floor of a Bathroom.
See, who haven't I? We've got a couple of new people, so cool. Which of you would like to go? Would you like to? You don't have any poetry? Poet. Cool. Well. So we have a couple of new people in here. One says he's not a poet. We have a couple of, we have a lot of audience, which I really appreciate. But if the mood strikes you, because I feel like this place is a very safe place to try out some of your new poems or poetry, sing us some songs and stuff. So would you like to? Yes. Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll start around again. Let's see, what time is it? What we've got?
7:30.
What's that? 7:30. I might do another. I've got one more phone that I want to do. One of my oldies. And then open up the floor. Did you want to do maybe some music for us? To about 8 o'clock. We'll kind of do this a little bit till 8 o'clock. We usually take a break and do another round, but this is a nice intimate group. We did this. This one's called Adirondack Chairs. That's one of my favorites. Yeah, I can't see it because I stupidly put it on pink paper. What was I thinking? This one's called Adirondack Chairs. Jigsaw puzzle of greenery. The trees nestle next to each in the slicing sideways light of sunset. The yard in the back is filled with it. Filled with a late summer side slant of sun, the plastic Adirondack chairs shadowed, left as we left them, askew, me looking at you, maybe my feet in your lap. No, it wasn't us that sent them ajar. The one time we sat there, your discomfort grated on my tranquil storybook vision of us sitting in the sun, drinking the wine. So we went inside. We meant to build a fire that summer, a fire pit evening of romance, but I saw your dis-ease. Was it the heat, the drone of the bugs, the chance of a gnat landing in your drink, or was it something else? Something not found in the sideways slant of cooling air, something off in that horizon, blocked by the pale blue, the light blue house, something cutting your sight off from the road. It must have been, because you said goodbye several times that summer, a nod and a kiss, and you were off in your mind, because you never left, but sat in your uncomfortable sadness of not belonging here or where you thought you belonged, wistful plans set ablaze, not of midnight cords of wood in a pile amongst the rock, but set ablaze by whimsy, a promise, not promise. So, we sat that summer and watched the flowers in the pots bloom, and the rains carry one away, and the gnats gnatting as gnats do, cannonballing into Pinot, taking up residence in that pale blue, light blue house with the plastic mountain chairs on the lawn. Those chairs, those Adirondack chairs still sit in the shadow of the slanting sun, still sit waiting for a time things will be right with the world. You just have to get onto the other side of that summer. Find the whimsy, fulfill the wistful promise, lie down that open road, and no longer sit in an uncomfortable sadness, askew in plastic Adirondack chairs. Thank you. So we usually go back around. Do you have a poem that you'd like to? No? Okay. Let's see then. If I see somebody new, did you want to do a poem? No. Okay. Abby, would you like to do another poem? All right. Hands up. Who wants?
I can read a song.
There you go. And then I see somebody else too. So yes, let's get Kurt. And Kurt can remind us about our the sonnet thing again. I feel like a fairy with this thing. Oh, and we're going to be doing open mic comedy, and we have a comic in our midst right now. So after Kurt, I'm going to do that. I love that we have a lot of money, so it's really cool. Oh, it's always
Okay, so like she said, since 2016, we've been having an annual reading of the Shakespeare sonnets, and we try to recruit 154 readers because there are 154 sonnets. Okay, every year, the last few years we had to go online because COVID chased us online. This year, sonnets 1 through 77 will be on Saturday, April 20th at Burning Coal Theater, and then 78 through 154 will be online in Zoom. And as Debbie mentioned earlier, we do have international people in on it with us. But if anybody has not received one of my little slips of paper, when I get all done, raise your hand and I'll get you one of them. And if anybody has a place where a poster like this might look pretty, okay, I have a few extras. Be prepared to let me know. But I'm going to do a sonnet I think I read this one back about 2016 or 2017. And it's, I always try to do a different one every year because I figure that after 154 years I'll have done it all. Okay. Oh, never say that I was false of heart, though absence seemed my flame to qualify. As easy might I from myself depart, as from my soul, which in thy breast doth lie. That is my home of love. If I have ranged, like him that travels, I return again, just to the time, not with the time exchanged. So that myself bring water to my stain, never believe, though in my nature reigned all frailties that besiege all kinds of blood, that it could so preposterously be stained to leave for nothing all thy sum of good. For nothing this wide universe I call, save thou, my rose, in it thou art my all. All of Shakespeare's sonnets are 14 lines. Anybody wishing to join us, my then 7-year-old granddaughter read a sonnet last year. Her mother wrote, my daughter read one, and then Kara read the next one. How many of you guys are familiar with a play called Hamlet? Okay. This is a piece here that just kind of sums it all up, and it'll be a little hammy, but it goes like this. Hamlet was a young prince living up in Denmark land. His father had been murdered. He had to take a stand. Just like hellish Pyrrhus, like carbuncle, he set on his mission, revenge upon his uncle. Bernardo and Francisco, nightly walking sentry. Then on 2 nights back to back, a ghost did make its entry. What to do and what to say, they really didn't know. So for a third opinion, they brought Horatio. Horatio bravely crossed it. By heaven, I charge thee, speak. But in ghostly silence, it left without a creak. The 3 men really were amazed. You know they were upset. They promptly went and told their lord, young brave Prince Hamlet. Hamlet was excited, the 3 of them could tell. My father's spirit come in arms, all cannot be well. So that night he joined them along the court watchtower. Then again the ghost returned, promptly on the hour. Father, king, what shall I do? He brought himself to ask. The ghost then told the story and soon assigned the task. It was my brother killed me. He stole my crown and wife. Now you must revenge me. Make an answer with his life. Pardon me for this next verse, it stinks, but Polonius was the uncle's faithful counselor, and he had a daughter named Ophelia. Polonius told his daughter, you must spurn Hamlet's love. From his pledges and his pleas, you must stay far above. Soon Hamlet started acting mad, resulting from his mission. Perhaps it was the pangs of love caused his antic disposition. The king felt very threatened. There was more to learn. He sent for 2 young fellows, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Then came a troop of players. They act, they dance, they sing. Hamlet had them use their craft to catch the conscience of the king. Next, Hamlet and his mother fuss. Then Polonius' life gets nipped. Then Hamlet finds he has been trapped and off to England shipped. The story ends in swordplay, Laertes versus Hamlet. The uncle-father's treachery creates a deadly gambit. Will both brave swordsmen fall and die? Will everything be fine? To be or not to be? That's the bottom line. What's that?
It's an awesome actor. So I think
Dustin Keith.
yes, awesome. Good to see you again. Apologize. Go ahead and say your name because I tell people.
Howdy, I'm Dustin Keith. I don't know how I'm going to follow that beard and kill it, but I'll try. I am a local comic. I've been a poet a lot longer though, so I choose this over another mic that's going on right now. Let me go. I got 4 short ones, kind of. I rhyme. I do meter. See if you guys enjoy this. So the first one is called Reruns. There's something wrong with the world today, and apathy everyone finds. The way we find this dreadful way to exist without our minds. I keep trying to pin the blame on the vice that makes waste and lies. But we're moths chasing flame. Something's wrong with our eyes. Because you know it's wrong, this isn't it. Time should be precious while abundant. The way it is now, pieces don't quite fit. Cycling through the mistakes get redundant. Stop looking around, it won't help you understand. You've looked over it time and time again. It's approach, not data, that seals this land in its static, stagnant sin. Thank you. This one's called Humility. I'm kind of shameless. You know, Hart had that. So, face to palm, return inner calm, just cast out that bout of pouts. You forgot again that you can't win. You were so manic, then you panicked. Keep your cool and don't look a fool. You don't want to be a bum or a tool. Unless if you do, then you should act true. Few of us know why we do the things we do. You keep falling off the horse because it knows you're lost. You can't cherish your values until you know their cost. I too keep stumbling down hard paths and falling. I try to look for help. Do you hear my calling? We live so close, but it's not close enough yet. We share the same weather. How much closer must closeness get for us to live together? I'm not trying to preach, though it may seem so. I just want to find more who agree. I can't find friends in anyone who I don't know, so it's time for a meeting spree. So I'll invite you now to my powwow. We could have fun like life's a movie. We could happily coexist somehow, because that's how life's so very groovy. So this one's called Ear to Ear. I like it. There are any positives since it's an audience. So smile side out, negativity hold within. No reason to pout, for in life everyone can win. Workers get their product, swimmers get their fin, principals get their conduct, liars get their sin. It's such a beautiful world as it's always been, for the dips have always curled and everything's in. The only cause for sadness is from tracing that dragon again, that the world cycles on in madness seeking that perfect 10. For the ones who already know and wonder where to begin, find the ones who also grow, they thunder out their grin. Howdy, y'all. We need more poets after this, so let this lady know if you're going to come up here and share some words. Nope. All right, so this was kind of a lame scientist one, a little longer. It's called Mere Contraptions. After the pressures of nova and the freeze of space, after the hurl of gravity's attraction and falling to place, a metal could have hit the sun or another shining star, could have went to nearby neighbor or forever far. But it rained on earth and chose to change, became a precious watch with infinity its range. Its dreams could die when another stops its path, or structures just a brief time between chaos's wrath. Either electron or electricity could stop this clock. There's a wave function of existence fate will unlock. The death has no question, but what thereafter? Was the watch the teller to time, or its master? Who says that gold's made in nuclear fusion, or that will bounce and travel here? Who says the prospector did not see an illusion, and that he and a watchmaker had shared some beer? Everything happened because it could, so what about that could but hasn't? Do we say prediction does no good, and make sure we just plan this present? Or do we hope for our interest and believe, make the universe unfold what we conceive? Either way, we're just watches ticking through perspective, drawn from the infinite potentials to exist. Any reason for our creation is logically defective, and whether masters or tellers, we persist. Thank you.
I'm going to say goodbye to our online people, so bye.